Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Peace and power, family. I'd like to talk to us about our past and our present. But before we delve into that, I'd like to premise it with a story. You see, I'm an 80s kid, but in Islam, I'm a 90s Muslim. And I would like to talk about the 90s guy, the 90s Muslim. You see, in the 90s guy, the 90s Muslim, he was a person that practiced his faith. He was a person who was upon Sunnah and proud upon Sunnah, proud Sunni Muslim. Looked sharp, dressed sharp, well-spoken, well-mannered, and was striving for quality of life. Lived the life of work and worship, where his dunya is good and he's striving for his akhirah to be good as well. His worldly life is good and he's striving for his hereafter to be good as well. And this was regardless of whatever his socio-economical state may have been. Regardless of whether he was well educated, had the best of jobs or not, could have been coming out of prison and just getting his life together, but he strove and he built. And we watched brothers do this from nothing. And the brothers that had something, they did more. And we saw this with our sisters at that time as well. And somewhere along the line, there was some type of separation between the individual who had his quality of life together and the individual that was striving for spirituality and worship. And we have a lot more access to information, and a lot more people are seeking knowledge now, or have knowledge, or we have access to it, however you want to word that. But somehow the quality of the person is just different now. And we all have our vices. We all have our challenges. No denial there. No one is saying holier than thou, or no one is saying anyone is better than anybody else. But there just wasn't this common presence of just being open and loose with lack of morality, lack of spirituality. It just wasn't there in that type of way, you know? So, I don't know how we got there, but we're here now. So, in this regard, I like to kind of bring us into the idea of a re-emergence of this person. The person, brother or sister, you can look sharp and still be practicing. You can enjoy life and still be practicing. You can be upon the sunnah and it can be cool to be upon the sunnah. You can enjoy life. Like, it's okay. There's a way that we can do all of this. So in this line of thought, I began writing and I began putting some works together for us in search of the 90s Muslim, or at least the re-emergence of it, or a better version of it now that we're in the 2020s, right? It's 1444, it's 2023. We should have a better upgrade. So if you look in the link in the bio, you'll see some ebooks that I've begun putting together and trying to change our line of thought. You know, what does Islam say about mental health? Do we have examples of this in the history of Islam and within the Sunnah, amongst prophethood? And what about seeking knowledge? And knowledge doesn't have a place or a time, but there are people that want it, but not necessarily, may not know, right, how to start that path properly. And, as Muslims, we buy a lot of books and we even read books. But do we know how to read books? And in our marriages, are we truly functioning in our marriages in the here and now in a way that has the hereafter in mind with the proper lens? So take some time, check it out, click the link. Let me know what you're thinking. Where is the 90s guy? Where is the 90s Muslim? Where was he lost to? And can we get him back? Or can we get a better version of him? Sisters alike, collect your thoughts. Assalamu alaikum.